All right, so a few questions. Now this is a question submitted by an adult, but I think it's important that we all learn. Are you interested in adult questions? No. Who said no? Well, it's still about the Bible, so you must be interested. All right? Then, how do you expect to become adult if you don't understand anything adult? Learn when you're young, okay? Right? All right, so now this question is, what are laws? What are laws? This is not the Singapore language, yeah, law, no law. What are laws? L-A-W-S. What are laws, commandments, precepts, and statutes? And their differences. All right, so what are the differences between laws, commandments, precepts, and statutes? Do you find all these words in the Bible? Right, very often you read these words. What do they mean? What are the differences? Are there differences? Okay, so it helps you to read the Bible and understand. Okay, now first, what are laws? What do you think is a law? Of course, we are referring to the Bible, referring to what God uses in the Bible. Now, what do you think laws means? Jennifer? Say again? For example, laws rule a country. Okay, very good. So laws rule a country, for example. But in the Bible, what does it mean? Now, generally, laws, when God used the word observe my laws, it refers to instruction from God's word and His commandments. All right? So this is a law. Then it's given by God as a commandment. So instruction from God's word. Now you will also see the word laws used to refer to the first 5 books of the Bibles. So sometimes you read, obey the laws of God. Means obey God's instruction given to you. That is His law. He's the ruler. But sometimes the word law is used to refer to the first 5 books of the Bible. Okay, so you have to also understand that. Now, and sometimes the word law used in the Bible refers to the Old Testament. The Old Testament. All right, so it can also refer to that. Like the law and the prophets, for example, writings of the first 5 books and the Old Testament, the rest of the Old Testament. So it can mean all these things. Now, what about commandments? Commandments. What are commandments? What are commandments? Who want to try? Enoch, commandments. It's the rules that God gives you. Actually, that's a good definition. All right, but later on we'll learn another word. It's more about rules. So commandments are rules, correct? But what aspect? What do you think it is? Anyone? Susan, law student.
Like what God tells us to do and not to do.
Commandments are what God tells us to do and not to do. All right? Wait. I got to write this so that we learn something from it. First, laws. Laws. Generally, God's instructions. Commands. Okay? Then what are commands? What God tells us. What's that, Susan? What God tells us we can or cannot do. Okay? Yes. Commands are God's authoritative commands. Commands. Have you been commanded by your teacher to do something? Yes? I command you. No, children don't get commanded anymore. Maggie, do you get commanded in school? Not really. So what is your idea of command? Veronica, what's a command? Never heard of it. Ilim. Tells you to do something. When someone tells you to do something, that is a command already. Does your teacher say, bring your books to school tomorrow? Go queue up now. So you've been given, no. those are commandments, all right? They command you. Yeah. Isaac, yeah, I get it all the time. All right? So what God tells you is a command. I do, or God said don't do. Then you have to stop it. All right? Authoritative instructions. It's authoritative. I tell you to do this, I instruct you, you do. I instruct you not to, you don't. All right? So, now what about statutes? Statutes. Now, it's all going to be some important thing that we're going to learn at the end. Huh? What are statutes? And then you tell me what's the important lesson. What are statutes? You're discussing. So what are statutes? Maggie, what are statutes? The thing that you always see, all the statues all over the place, no? No, what are statutes? What do you think it is? What God tells us to do. Now, all these are what God tells us to do. Yeah, but you're right, this is what God tells us to do. Noah, what is a statute? Don't really know. Want to try? Want to guess? Not sure. Now, statutes, actually adults, statutes. What do you think they are? Mabel, statutes. God has set the rules, okay, and usually has to do with what? Pay, you're in accounting, right? Yeah. So you would be very familiar with statutes. What are statutes?
Virtues.
Virtues.
Or you're talking about integrity and those things?
In accounting, you have a choice or not? When they say this is the statutory law that you must declare these things, is it a choice or not? Right? So now statutes has to do with customs, instructions. Okay, customs, instructions to be obeyed. To be obeyed without question. Okay, in fact, this word statute comes from the word, the idea that, you know, when you go and see a king, have you went to see a king? No, obviously you don't know. When you approach the king will extend his scepter. You know what's a scepter? Alright, he's the stick that he holds, right? The cane that he holds, or that thing that he holds, right? When you approach him, he will extend it to you. Or when he commands you, he will extend it to you. Not, maybe a bit like daddy and mommy take the cane and do this, all right? Now it has to do with the idea, it is about the a ruler's decree. Now another word, decree. Ruler's decree. Now statutes are typically simply because a ruler say, this is the custom. From now onwards, this is what everyone must do. Give you the instruction and you must obey it without question. Okay, so statutes usually refer to those things. Sometimes God does not explain, but God says, these are my statutes, obey my statutes. Now in the Old Testament, for example, some of the statutes are like, you cannot wear clothing with different material mixed together. Correct? It's just simply a custom, an instruction that God gave to them. You cannot breed different animals together, crossbreed animals. God simply say, you are my people, I'm the ruler, you don't do that. God didn't explain too much. They are simply to obey. They are simply to obey. So, now remember all this explanation, because at the end, you must understand all these have something in common. All right, so that's statutes. Now the last one. What about the precepts? What are precepts? All right, anyone to get precepts? Okay, Enoch, now your turn. Precepts. Just say what you said just now. Do you remember what you said just now? Rules, all right? Precepts are rules that God give to regulate or to control our behaviors. Okay, rules that God set. So, as a Christian, does God set rules? God very clearly say, these are my rules. Do you like rules? Elim, do you like rules? I know the answer, no, right? No answer. Do you like rules, Jennifer? Sometimes depend on what is the rule. Faith? You like rules? You like rules?
She's like,
Yeah, I know. You like rules?
depending on what they are.
Depending on what rules don't you like?
There's rules that are like too restrictive.
Okay, what are rules that are too restrictive?
Also like no walking on the grass.
No walking on the grass. Are you told? Did anyone explain to you why you can't walk on the grass?
So it says it's kind of like ruin the lawn and stuff, but people just do it.
It will ruin the.
Grass.
It will ruin the grass. All right. So no walking on the grass. What are you going to do? Roll on the grass. Then it's okay. I'm fine. All right. Roll on the grass. Now, yep. So the government just said no walking on the grass. All right. Sometimes you understand why. Wow, you're a very smart kid. You understand why. Some people don't understand why. Right? Just no walking. So rules. God does say, I have rules. I have statutes. You simply obey. Okay? Well, the person didn't include this, but I want to add two more. What about ordinances? Right? You also read ordinances. Ordinances. Okay, ordinances are authoritative orders. That's it. Ordinances, orders. God authoritatively gives you an order. Okay, I give you an order, and it's authority from God. Okay, and order to be obeyed. An order to be obeyed. God don't give order for you to listen. Order to be obeyed. That's an ordinance. Okay, and then the last one. This one is the easiest. What about judgments? Judgments. What do you think are judgments? Keziah, what are judgments? God said, do my judgments.
Assessing outcome of the
Okay, assessment and just obey. Alright, God, in a matter, God assesses that this is what you need to do, this is my judgment, you just do it. You can't make your own judgment. God, I think this one is good. What you want me in this situation to do is not good. I make my own judgment. Judgment is, God say, I make a judgment on this matter, and this is what you must obey. Usually is also linked with legal, judicial, right? Legal judgments. Right? So for example, two persons in Israel, they have an argument. You took my thing, I took your things. How much, if I stole this, how much should I return and all that? God says in these legal things, I make my judgment, this is what Israelites will do. You steal one, you return four. God's judgment. Also God's judgment in moral matters. Okay, God's judgment in moral matters. So those are the different things. But I want to ask, so it is, number one, we have many words. By and large, you will also see them used interchangeably. Very often you see them used interchangeably. Alright? Now, when you study all this, what is one common thing that has been coming up? What do you think it is? Justin, what's the common thing that is coming up? So when you see judgment, ordinance, wow, so many different things, how to remember. But there's one thing I must know. What is it? Justin? Huh? Obedience, okay, good. Obedience is one of it. Okay. Try another one. Obedience. Obedience is one of it. It keeps coming up. Obey, 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 obey. Alright? Obey. Okay, so good. But you know what? Do you like to obey? Okay, ask the honest one. Grace, do you like to obey? Yeah, Grace was straight away. Yeah, I noticed that. Humans just don't like obedience. What is the normal thing that people, when they say, do this, I instruct you to do this. Grace, I instruct you to do this. Or, I command you to do this. Or, this is my decree. Don't ask so much. Just do it. Why are you smiling? Alright? These are my rules. I got to obey. Why don't we, when we struggle with obedience, one of the things that we must learn is this. What's the other common thing, right? So the end point, obedience, correct? What's the other common thing? CP, you're nodding very vigorously, or you're falling asleep.
So it's by God's
God. 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 Okay, it's a ruler. Okay. Rules. Ruler. Without question. Now, one thing that is common in all these words, in its the point that it makes is God is ruler. God is authority. God is authority and ruler, and therefore what He says, we must obey. The common thing, if you can't remember so many different words, so many different things, one thing that you must learn, God uses many different terms, is I am the lawmaker. You are to obey because I am God. I am God. So, that helps men to realize why we need to obey. Right? Until the Christian young people, until you understand everything in the Bible, His statutes, His commandments, His precepts, His ordinances, everything, the bottom line is I need to obey because He is God. That's it. Alright? Okay? So that is an important lesson for the different words. Elim, what is statutes? No choice. Rules that God said, we simply do it. Do you like such a thing? Cornelius, Caleb, do you find it very difficult to accept, whatever God says, I just have to do it? Can you find it difficult to accept? Kind of. Why? Don't know. Don't know. But we know that we kind of don't like. Neither do we like to hear this. Why? Because after the fall, men do not like rules. Men do not like commandments. Men want to do what man wants to do. That is the problem. Understand that? So why, whenever you feel like I kind of don't like this concept, you must remember it is God. If God says, now does God ask you to do something that is bad for you? Now maybe someone tells you don't walk on the grass. Not much good to you. But whenever God asks you not to do something, remember, young ones, it's always for your good. Do you believe that whenever daddy and mommy tells you to do something, asks you to obey, don't run across the road, don't run across the grass when it's wet, it's for your good? You must know it's for your good. Alright? Don't be lazy. Go do your homework. Why? Just do your homework. Sometimes they may not explain. Eat. I don't feel like eating, but you eat. You don't quite like it, but you must know that whatever God commands is for your good. Alright, so we obey. Can? Alright, so we don't like. So now you know why you don't like, Caleb. Because we are sinners and we don't like God's commandments. But is it good for you, Caleb? All God's commandments is good for you. Alright, so I hope I answered that question. Now, next one. Which one should I do first? Maybe I do this first. Okay, so someone asked a general question. Okay, the general question is this. It's about draws. You know what's draws? What is draws, Phoebe? Drawings. No? What draws? What do you think it is? Jennifer. Draws. Like when you pick a number. Here's a bowl full of numbers. Alright, all crushed up. Okay, you draw something out of it. Alright, draws. Alright, and people like to call it what draw? What draw? Lucky draw. Lucky draw. Lucky draw. Let me see whether I'm lucky. Oh, unlucky. Alright, so draws. So this question is about draws. Right? So now should a Christian get involved in draws? Do you have draws in school? Yeah. What do you make you draw in school? Who said yes? I heard someone say yes. No, not anymore. Draws. Where do you find draws? Especially in? Say again? Carnival. Good. Like carnival or? What about? Huh? Say again? Casino. Casino. That one. Okay, casinos. What else? Maybe shopping centers? What about shopping center? Alright, you buy something, they say, want to draw, here, lucky draw. Okay? Or they have a big signboard that says, oh, buy this, buy that, and then you can enter a draw, right? Enter a draw. So they give you tickets, you fill it up, and then, alright. So normally, when the shopping centers try to attract you, how do they attract you? What are the draws, for example? A car. Yeah, you walk and then they display this big shiny car there, right? They say buy this and then you have a chance to enter a lucky draw and win the car. Right? Car. Well, for you all, I know, McDonald's. Right? McDonald's. I don't know, I do this have draw. Well, I'll buy this lucky meal. And then you take a draw. Yeah, I win a statue. I win a statue. That kind of thing. Alright, so you enter all those things. So the person asks, should a Christian get involved in draws? So you go shopping, wow, car, wow, condominium, picture of it. Alright, wow, holiday. Okay, then you say, I buy these things to enter a draw. Should you do that? Should you do that when you go to McDonald's? Now, actively or passively, means actively say, wow, draw. Husband, let's go to this shopping center because they've got draw. Or passively means someone approach you. Can you please donate? Donation also, right? Donation? Is that draws? Donation? Well, you donate and then you might win a chance to go on a holiday. Okay? So, you know it's donation? So you like feel and give them some money and then they say you have a chance to win. Then when they draw, they see your number, your ticket number, that kind of thing. So should Christians get involved in that? Should Christians participate? Okay, a lot of times we are actively joined because we want to win those things. Free cars, free holiday, free house. Wow. Win a handphone. All this is not attractive to you all. What do you all want? I know, some toys, okay? So the question is this. What is wrong? Should we get involved? The other thing is, should we as return? Or they can't turn you down. So you say, why don't you donate to this orphanage? You know, it's orphanage, like to this orphanage. Okay, and then anyway you can win a car. Then you want to donate, but they force it on you. You win a car. You will win a car. But you want to donate. So how? Should we throw it away after that? All right. So what do you think? Xing Yuan. Should Christian participate in giving all the time? Then they say, oh, you reach the counter, and moms, they reach the counter, and then they say, oh, this is a lucky draw because you spent over $100. This is a lucky draw. What are you going to do? No, I don't want to pay $100, right? Because I don't want the draw. So I'm not paying. Bye. Can you do that? You're forced into it. Yes.
Does that mean now, like, we go Macros, they have the Monopoly thing, and then we scan it, and then, like, 1 in 5 chance of winning a free apple pie? Does that mean we shouldn't do it because that's a draw?
Yeah, so all these are the questions. So Macca's is called what? Monopoly.
Yes.
Or is it Macopoly? No, Monopoly? They really call it Monopoly. I thought this is a registered term for Monopoly. All right? So you go there, or Burger King, right? You reach there, you shake and win, right? You shake and win. So should you do all those things? What do you think? Because everyday life, right, is true. You know? So someone asked this question. Okay, I see all the parents smiling. So how? What is wrong with doing draws? Or what is not wrong? All right, Phyllis.
I think it depends on what is the purpose you want to get.
Purpose. What is the purpose? Why you participate? But in the first place, what is wrong? We don't even need to ask this question, what? Free things not good? What is wrong? What is wrong, Shane?
Concept of luck.
Luck? Said already. Okay, I'm paying attention, right? I'm not sleeping. I don't know, mothers, Leah, what do you think is wrong? Why do we even ask? Greediness. Greediness can be a problem. What else? There's a concept of gambling, right? Let me take a gamble. Right? Gamble. Actually, what's wrong with gambling? Yeah, chance we talk about. What's wrong with chance? What's wrong with gambling? What is wrong with gambling? Brenda, what's wrong with gambling?
Can waste your money.
Okay, gambling waste money. No, you can also make $2 million from $1. What's wrong with gambling? Marco, what's wrong with gambling? Do you gamble? You're still not answering. Do you gamble?
Bet.
Oh, bet. I don't gamble, but I bet. Okay. What is wrong with that? What's wrong with gambling? Well, gambling at the end of the day is greediness. Right? It's greediness. It's I do little bit or I don't do anything and hope to gain a lot back. I'll take my chance. And yeah, in a sense, you're wasting the money. Right? So gambling. The problem with gambling is all these things. Greediness. I want more. Work. Right? Daddy say, all right, study hard. What for study, Daddy? You know, if I keep buying, I don't know what you call that. What you call it? Whatever those things, those gambling things in those shops, I buy it for 10 years. Instead of studying for 10 years, in 10 years, every day I just buy that. I'm sure I will win something. I don't have to work. Laziness. I just want to gain. All right, greediness. So gambling. But the question is this. Are all this gambling? Well, casino definitely gambling, right? No need to say. But what Monopoly, you go shopping and you pay for the groceries, they give you a ticket. Do you donate? Are this wrong? No, I don't donate because it is gambling. I don't want to win anything. So how? Howard? How? What? How?
I think it's depending, right? Let's say if donate, they give you a ticket. If your intention is to just to do donation, you can draw with the ticket.
Okay. Intention, right? Just now we say where? Purpose or intention, right? Intention. Now, well, all of these things, especially casino, all of these things, it can be greed. It can be a gambling mentality, right? Taking chance. Maybe I'll win something. The desire is to take the chance and win something out of nothing, little bit, or the greed of it. the intention. All right, the intention is very important. So, do you go shopping to spend $100 just to try and win that shiny car? You don't, but some do. You should not have that intention. The intention is the problem. The intention of greed, the intention of, well, try my luck. That is always the problem. Donation. Is donation an evil thing? Is donation an evil thing? Depends. If you donate to a bad society, that is not a good thing. So you don't donate for that. But if it's a good cause, all right, for a good cause that is not evil, not sinful, donation is not wrong. Ichung, have you made donations before? All right. Why did you donate?
Sometimes it was just because my friends asked me to.
Because all right. But when we donate, all right, when we donation, will you donate? All right. Two students came up. Would you donate to our school? We are trying to build another classroom, and then, but you can win 5 Macca's burger. I said, oh, all right. Then adult come. Please donate. We are trying to build something. Build a school, all right, and you can win a car, all right. Then, who you chose to donate to, Maggie? 5 Maccas or a car? Very difficult to choose. Tell honestly, which one will you donate to? Say again? None of them. I'd rather take my money and go and buy Maccas. None of them. Now, once our intention is, wow, that one, I can win a car. Well, both are for good cause, right? This one, 5 Maccas. The children will choose 5 Maccas. What's good is a car to me, right? So, 5 Maccas. So, why you donate? What is in your heart? What are you lusting after? What are you greedy after? Now, please turn your Bibles to the 10 Commandments. All right, Exodus 20, verse 17, for example. Exodus 20, verse 17. So you meet this every day in your lives. First thing to check is your intention. All right, let's read Exodus 20, verse 17 together. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Now this commandment is against covetousness, coveting. You want something. Your neighbor is the one that fed the cow and the cow grew up. I want the cow. But you don't want to be taking care of your own cow. All right? So, all those things. What your neighbor has, you want. And you don't want to do much. You lust after those things, for example. All right? So, coveting is what is God is against that. So, you can be doing something that is good, but is out of lusting, greediness. That is not good. All right? So we don't enter into draws because of that. But always remember, if the draw in the first place is to support a sinful thing, you don't even need to think about that. And if you decide to give because they're going to give you a condominium, you might win a condominium, then that's very wrong. You double sin. Now, next one. Okay. So,
Sorry,
yes.
I have a question. For like shopping centre, right, when they give out lucky draw, isn't it their marketing strategy? So technically that wouldn't be your neighbours. Like you're not asking for it because they're really giving it to you.
Okay, because it's their marketing strategy. So say you buy something and we give you something. Anyway, it's their marketing, right? So we are not lusting after it. Okay, they may be marketing. Wait, what is the favorite toy in McDonald's now? Grace? Don't know. What's the favorite toy in McDonald's now? None of you know. That's good. So, I don't know. What is it?
Plants from plants from Woolies. Plants, right?
Plants. People lust after plants. Okay, little boxes of plants. or whatever is. Now, although they are marketing and they're willingly giving it to you, but the question always is in your heart. It's us that's a problem. I'm lusting for this. Yeah, for example, they say, well, you know, if you spend marketing, okay, listen, marketing, they say, marketing department, you have $150,000 to spend to get people to buy more things. And then the marketing manager is very smart. I always have this kind of marketing manager. They come, you know, boss, we don't have to spend $150,000. You just let me buy a car, $80,000. I save the company a lot of money, and people love cars. Right? You save so much marketing money. So instead of printing flyers, having road shows, just buy a car. Save money. Right? So really, they're just trying to market. You're right. They don't have evil intention. What's so evil about giving you a car? Unless you give it to a kid. What's so evil? Not evil. They have no evil intention. But you lust in your heart. You lust. I want a car and I don't want to pay money. I just want to try and win a car. The lust is in your heart. The lust is in your heart. So yes, their marketing may not be evil, but the problem is, are we lusting? Are we greedy after that thing? And that is why I'm going to the shopping center to spend this money. Yes?
So like, if someone was a free competition, I'm just trying to think like, so going back to before, how you're talking about McDonald's now, sometimes having that shake and win thing. So it shouldn't matter about the size of the prize.
Yes, correct.
Right?
Correct. You're right. So does it matter the size? To the adult is the car. To the child is that little doll, you know. It's what is value in your heart. That's the meaning of lust. Yeah.
So are you saying that with the shake and win, it doesn't cost you anything to enter? If you do it and there's potentially you get something for free, is that counting?
Okay, so the question is, for the shake and win, anyway, they're giving you free, right? Shake and win, right? They didn't say you must buy something, it's just shake and win, right? And in your heart, is it wrong to do that? Is it wrong to do that?
Hoping to get something.
You're hoping to get something. Now I understand the question. Now, if the company wants to give, they want to give you free chips, free drink, free burger. They want to give you to attract you to come, right? To attract you to come. There's nothing wrong. They're not trying to attract you with drugs, all right? So nothing wrong. And then you know that there is kind of a transaction with you. You shake, you win something, you go in and get. Is it wrong? It always depends on your heart, all right? If you're a very, very lustful person, I just want free things, I just want free things. I'm going to drive, the nearest Burger King is 40 minutes away. Or Hungry Jack's is 40 minutes away. I'm going to drive 40 minutes back and forth just to try and win something. Yeah, we win something. I don't think that's a good attitude. All right? You're passing by. It's a mutual agreement. You shake, you win. That is different. Okay? So I think the heart's attitude. Now this is people who just love free things. A free Coke. Oh, free Coke. I drove 20 minutes, but I want a free Coke. It's the mentality of free. It's not good. Understand? There's simply a mentality, just because it's free. That is not good. Right? But if that is not your heart, it's a agreed transaction, like you say. They want to give, I try, I get it. That's it. So that's the difference. All right? Say again?
So passive is okay, but not active.
No, active is fine too. If you say, well, I just bought Burger King, I just bought McDonald's, but Burger King has free shake, I may get a drink, and it's just next door, not 40 minutes away. All right, it's actively, I'll shake. If I win a drink, I win a drink. I go pick it up. That's it. It's a great transaction. You're not lusting. They're not, and that kind of thing. All right. So the heart is very important. The heart's intention. So some people just want to win something. Just want to win something because they feel, you see, I'm such a lucky person. I always win something. It's like very strange people. I just want to win something and I want something. As long as I win something, even you don't want it. Okay. Now, so next one we want to learn is 1 Timothy 6:10. 1 Timothy 6:10. Quickly. 1 Timothy 6:10. Let's read 1 Timothy 6:10 together. Now, this is especially about gambling. Let's read together. For the love of money is a root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith, and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Now, here, money is not the problem. It's the love of money. Please always get that right. The love of money. Coveting after money. That is the problem. Okay, so that is the problem with gambling. You want more money, especially casino gambling. All right, so God does not want us to have that kind of heart. Now, can you turn to Proverbs 28:19 for the last verse? Proverbs 28:19. What attitude does God want us to have? Proverbs 28:19 reading. He that tilleth his land shall have plenty of bread, but he that followeth after vain persons shall have poverty enough. God simply says, work. All right? Work. Just work. Don't be someone who always hope for something for free. Work. Have the attitude of being a hardworking person. Work. Okay? Now, there are people, this is wrong. If, well, I work, but I want to keep buying lottery so that I can hit the jackpot. Or I will keep trying to, there's this condominium. If I spend so much, there's this condominium during these 3 months. Then I keep going to buy and trying to win a condominium because I can't afford to pay for my house. I hope to win a condominium. And you keep going after it. Now that heart's attitude is a problem. God says you can't afford it, you can't afford it. Don't purposely try to win a condominium. Just work. Don't have that attitude of, I try to win something for free. Okay, so God wants us to have an attitude to work. That's why God says, they that don't work, don't eat. Don't try and keep gambling. Alright, so it's a heart's attitude that God always focuses on. Now, what about the other thing? You entered you did a donation, not a wicked donation, you did a donation, and they say, oh, you can win a fridge. I know to you are not valuable. To mommy is very valuable. A fridge. Another fridge in the garage. Alright? To store all your stuff. Win a fridge. And then your heart, in a fridge. Okay, try not to think about it. And then I bought. Then you won the fridge. Then you're very happy. Oh, I won the fridge. Should you keep the fridge? The kids say, no, mommy, that place is for me to play. Why you put a fridge there? You win a fridge. Should you keep the fridge? What do you think? What do you think, Esther? Oh, mommy, here. Wow. Elim's turning back, yes. Would you keep the fridge? Why would you keep the fridge or why would you not keep the fridge? Back to intention. Alright? If your heart smite you, I was lusting after this, I got it, I don't want to keep it. Because this is going to make me lust for more things. Alright? And it's always there, I will always be reminded of why I did it. So what you do with the fridge? Give it away? Sell it? Young people nowadays, they're very savvy. Sell it. Okay, sell it and then do what? Oh, just sell it and then do what? Give to building fund. That is not a wrong thing. Say, because I know I lusted after this, I got it, I don't want to keep it. Alright? Either give it to the church for the new building, or give it to a Christian that's poor that needs something, or sell it and give it to God's cause. Don't keep it. Right? You know your heart. I'm not saying every time someone wins something you must sell it. Alright? You go, wow, you won this clock. How come you didn't sell it? Right? Or how come you didn't give it to me? Right? Alright? So your heart. You're right. So you check your heart. You know. Right? Why? Because if you do that, if you keep, you're going to be reminded, and you always have the temptation to try and win. Okay, that is how it works. Now, give it to an organization or something. Otherwise, you will end up with a gambler's mentality. Okay, so what else did I write? So is it okay to do all these things? your intent, this one, accept this one, all right? You don't go there and say, all right, the church is still $1 million short in building fund. I shall go casino. Go to the casino and try to win for the church. We don't ask you to do that, right? It shouldn't be that mentality. Trust in God, pray. God gives, God gives. You give, right? If you want a car, anyone want a car before? Okay, don't even think about it, right? If you want a car, should you keep it? Should you keep it, Vincent? If you win a car, should you keep it? You went to buy groceries, and then you won the car. Should you keep it?
Yeah, I guess you can.
You want to keep it?
Yeah, if you can, if it's, yeah, you can.
Yeah. We are not saying you cannot keep. We are just saying you check your heart. You know. All right? You check your heart. You know. So that is very important. All right, I think that is all I want to answer for this. Let me see here. Now, if you say, all right, so pastor is going for breakfast. Then I see this long queue. All right? And then you are in the queue. They say, why are you queuing? Oh, because I want to make a donation. Very long queue. I need to buy groceries. Wow, very long queue. What do you think will go through my mind? Well, maybe you're really needing the thing, and the only way to buy it today is you must be part of the queue. But if you woke up at 6 a.m., make sure you're there by 7 a.m. But the first one to queue, you must check your heart. Long queue for very long. No, I just want to buy something. But in your heart, you want to win something. You know yourself, yes. Last question.
Is this what we need, or is there also like if Uniqlo has an opening and you give out free cookies, can you not go and like...
Okay, is this only for draws? What about Uniqlo is opening a new branch and come and then they'll give you free what? Free cookies. Is it okay? I think it is not good. Okay, no, I won't answer. Hazel, do you think it's okay? The heart. What about the heart? They give heart-shaped cookies, you know? How about the heart? If you what? For greed. But Uniqlo wants to give for free, right? You don't give for free. What about the heart? Wake up early just for that. Now if you say, buy something, no, I don't need anything from Uniqlo. What's Uniqlo? What's Uniqlo? Oh, sell light bulbs. You don't even care what it is. Neither are you going to buy anything. Free cookies. I'm just going there for free cookies. I don't think it's a good attitude. You agree? You build up an attitude of free things, lusting after things. All right? So I don't think it's a good attitude just to go, I'm not buying anything. I'm just eating cookies. Hey, free bread. I am not so nice. I don't want to buy. But you just want to eat it.
How about flybys? Like, you know, you go shopping, you collect points. And then
You collect points. Yeah.
give you like weekly kind of thing.
Yeah.
Discount.
Yeah. So you buy something. You know, as flybys, you buy something and then they give you at the supermarket some points. Later you can redeem those points to buy some more things. Is there gambling involved? There's no gambling involved. You know how much you spend, how much you get in a sense. So I don't think that's really gambling. And it's a transaction they do with you. I don't think so. But if wives, please don't be like that. Huh? You come back, then husband say, wow, why you spend $500? Because today got extra bonus points. What do you need a bonus point for? Don't know. Just extra bonus. It's just the idea of bonus. I don't bonus, that's all. That's the attitude of that. But you say, hey, but this one, later on we need to buy something, it's going to save us money. What's wrong with that? Not wrong. But just, I want bonus. Just bonus. But we don't use all those things. Bonus. It's just a heart of, I just want to get bonus. Understand the difference? Okay, last question. Hurry up.
So is it more like the attitude of trying to reap what you did not sow?
The attitude of trying to reap what you did not sow, yes, in that sense, yes. Yeah. Some things, you're right, some things are just pure free transaction. Okay, that's not wrong. But sometimes as a Christian we need to have ethics, right? You know they're giving out the free thing, the free bread. You think the business is really free bread, free bread, free bread. Why do you want them to taste the bread? Okay, Faith, why do the shops want you to taste their bread?
To see if you want to buy it.
To see if you want to buy it, not Faith looks hungry, free bread. Alright, so you know why they are doing that. So you should not just eat. Some people do that, right? You know where? Honey, what's the cake? Honey cake, ah? Honey cake. Honey cake. Oh, honey cake. Then after that, wife, you go and get. You too. And just go back and forth. Just to eat free honey cake. You're not intending to buy. It's bad Christian attitude, right? If you're a shop owner, what do you think of the people? What do you think of the people? Very nice people. Always eating my cake. You know that they are there to take advantage. So don't be someone like that. Is wrong attitude. Yes, there's no gambling involved. Yes, they're offering you, but you know why they're offering you. All right? So be a good Christian. Understand? All right? So some of these things, not wrong. Check your attitude. That what you win, you better make sure that it's not something sinful. What they do is not something sinful. If you win, check your attitude. Why you did it. Okay? Understand? All right. I think that's all the time we have. Yeah, and Benedict is right. It's not the big or small.